Hey guys, what's up? Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency video. Be sure to hit that like button if you like what you see, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate it, and it helps the channel out a lot. So let's get into the news. Again, XRP is, slowly getting back to this uptrend. Don't even, worry about this, honestly. I am being as patient as possible. I am getting sick of the movements as well. I'm getting sick of hearing all the words of, looking at this descending triangle, ascending triangle. Will it come up and consolidate? Are we at this stage and we're going to see an uptrend now? I'm not sure. Some people are speculating we're going to see this massive spike just like we did here, if not, sevenfold. Or people are predicting that Bitcoin goes even lower. So to be honest, a lot of technical analysis and, TA, technical analysts, it's anybody's guess. You can see trends and patterns within anything if you look hard enough, and it really is risky business. Now, I really appreciate everybody on Twitter that does that, and I'm always looking at it, but you have to look at both sides. It could go up, it could go down, or we could just see a bunch of back and forth. So nobody truly knows. If we did, there'd be a lot more wealthy people, and that's why a lot of things are artificial, intelligence and AI based now with all these algorithms, and I've used some software in the past, but I'm just not a fan. Honestly, the most beneficial thing to do for me personally, not financial advice, is find a project that is going to be around a few years from now, that is legitimate, and diversify your money in a few of those, and wait, and hold. And I want to go over a few things, but today we're going to be going over the AIIB, which is essentially the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, and just some great findings by Darren Moore, XRP Darren at Fame21 More. And I'm going to be hopping in and out of the order. Again, guys, if you don't like that I talk too fast, if you don't like my information, if you, just hate me for any reason, I don't care. Just let me know and just unsubscribe. This content here, I just want to look for like-minded individuals that want to do their research so we can discuss XRP developing as a digital asset and speculate where it's going into the future, because I see tremendous upside. A lot of people are losing faith. And the people that actually stick around, and I know I've been saying this for, almost 2 years, are going to be grateful. There's no such thing as get rich quick. But when you are, adding liquidity to these payment rails and they're laying down the plumbing, as someone just said on Twitter, it makes a lot of sense. So really quick, I just want to emphasize this. Sass here, Sarah on Twitter just said, during the last digital bull, asset bull run, what's the biggest lesson that you learned? And I just wanted to emphasize, it's okay to make mistakes. Money's going to come back, so don't be too hard on yourself, whether you lost $500 or 20 grand. I know it's, difficult and, mentally it can be a lot and add a lot of stress and anxiety, but just write a plan and stick to it. Invest only what you're willing to lose. And one thing I want to emphasize is what I do is I take small profits sometimes with some assets just to either keep and or reinvest back during dips. And what I mean by that is say that, your investment went up by 20% that day. Well, lately, for the past year and a half, we see a lot of them retrace eventually. So I might take a very, very small portion, 5%, 10% of my holdings, and trade it into a reliable stablecoin. Not Tether, but maybe USDC, like Coinbase's stablecoin. And I'll just hold it there. Maybe I'll hold it for a week, maybe a month. And eventually, say I sold at 3 cents, it might trace back to 2.5 cents, and then I'll just buy back. So I improved my position. If not, and the investment actually just went up a lot, I'll just take that profit and put it in the bank. So again, there's a win-win, but you have to focus on risk management. And so another thing here by Tunes, Tunez, or Crypto Tunes, he just emphasizes there's a lot of people who spend the entire bear market doing nothing, being negative, crying about losing money, and just scrolling through Twitter. Now imagine not learning how to trade during this time. I've been honing my skill. I've been, looking at everything I can to learn. And if you don't want to learn to trade and you just want to hold and, dollar cost average, that is fine. What I'm doing is learning the technology. I'm going through all these documents that people are sharing. DLT, control find, and just going through everything. And it's been extremely helpful. I've learned a lot. And in the years to come, I really want to get with a group of people and develop some decentralized apps on the blockchain that really help in the world of financial technology. So right here, Sam I Am, Green Eggs and Ham, big follow here, of course. And he just wanted to quote this, what XRP Darren said. DLT, distributed ledger technology, and other trade-enabling technologies have the potential to strengthen regional integration and set the tone for an infrastructure 3.0. And then he's talking about how Yo-Yo is just another Riddler, has told us about a new standard. Take this how you want. Honestly, I really leave all of this to Sam I Am. He knows what he's doing, and it's really fun, honestly. So don't get too emotionally involved, but it's fun to pay attention to. And just emphasizing right there, interoperability. So right here, I just want to go through this. Darren shares this here. So DLT, yet despite these hurdles, DLT and other trade-enabling technologies have the potential, just as we said, in Asia over the coming years. This will, however, require policy efforts to sustain investments in hard infrastructure, such as ports and ICT and software like DLT, as well as to address issues around standards and security. So again, transactions are going to be immutable. There's not going to be a replication of these transactions. There's going to be a huge push towards DLT. And a lot of the smart people realize that right now because of all the fraud today, along with so many other issues. So if you're losing faith in your investment and you are in XRP, I think this is one of the most robust and reliable investments that you can make in the 21st century. And that is just my opinion. But for the people that have held on and can hold on, imagine holding Amazon stock at the very beginning. And now you peaked at what was it, $2,000 per stock? There's a lot of upside, but it's something you just have to hold. And risk management, investment is sometimes not a full-time gig for everybody. Not everyone's going to be a millionaire, but for those that hold and actually are smart with their money, they very well, they can be. So this is a picture, of course, of my background photo. I want to go to this really quick. So this is very cool. I'm not sure who made this, but it's been going around for a while, just showing SWIFT, the transfer system, west to east, of course, with the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank being a huge source as well. Use of SIPs, which is, I guess you could say it's similar to the Chinese version of SWIFT, but again, there are some differences, so don't take me for that exactly. And all the speculation, conspiracy theories, however you see fit, that gold will back this, that, gold and XRP are going to be one and the same, whether XRP is valued at, 1 ounce of gold or, a portion of it. So it's very, very interesting. Of course, the fiat is getting very risky in a lot of countries. And if you ask me, I would personally diversify as much as possible and get my money out of fiat in the coming years. So really quick, I'm going to finish off with this, with the DLT. So the advantages of DLT, of which blockchains and cryptocurrencies are examples of, include information flows that are collaborative rather than just one-way document exchanges, as with electronic data interchanges, or EDI, and that are more transparent and auditable. So they can go and review and ensure that everything was good during audits, including reducing fraud from duplicate invoicing, as I just said. In addition to DLT creates the possibility of using smart contracts that trigger events such as ownership transfer and payment, speeding up processes and cutting out intermediaries altogether. And that's where there's going to be more profits on both sides. Consumers, it's going to be cheaper, and businesses can make more profit as well, and vice versa. So receipt of a delivery can trigger payments through a range of methods, including letter of credits, the release of fiat currency funds in an escrow account, or even direct payment using cryptocurrency tokens embedded in the contracts. So there's so much more with DLT, of course. There's so many other factors. You can speculate with all the utility that smart contracts have alone, and it's going to be massive. So the integration of DLT builds a long-standing effort to digitize paper-heavy trade processes. All right, so let's keep going. Let's look for some more DLT really quick. Creates the possibility. Already read that. All right, so right here we have a source. Managing director here, Casey, says, let's see, and he's in the Blockchain and Transport Alliance, says, an industry standards organization says that DLT will roll out first in elements of the supply chain that don't touch government regulations, such as verification and tracking. So pretty cool. It's supply chain management. Perhaps VeChain will also have a use case in this too. It's highly competitive, but there is so much space and utility for all of the top cryptos, at least, that actually have a roadmap and actually have real partnerships and are being utilized today. And I think that it's very likely that if you go over those projects, there's a high chance that you get a extremely high return on your investment. So right here, I mean, you guys can go through this document. A lot of the times I'll just do control find and look for XRP, Ripple, of course, but in a lot of these documents it might not be there. But DLT is that keyword, interoperability. Go through all of this. This is what I do in my free time. I will read things, I will take snippets, I will highlight, and I will just save in my folder. Personally, I kind of want to just put a bunch of pins on my wall with a bunch of yarn and just look like a mad scientist in my office. I always thought that would be funny. But the upside is huge. I think that we're going to be seeing some movement with XRP very, very shortly. So get ready, hold those bags, and subscribe and hit that like button because I really appreciate it. I want you to let me know what you want me to cover next on this channel. Do you want me to go over more smart contracts? Do you want me to go over the infinite possibilities of distributed ledger technology? Do you want me to cover a different digital asset or cryptocurrency in some of the news? Because personally, I think we have a bunch of great XRP YouTubers in the community, and I'm trying to be, a little different. So everybody's authentic, and I really appreciate that. And I just want to bring something different to the table. So I know everybody has different likes, and each YouTuber can cater towards that. So I want to be here for you guys and serve and just be as helpful as possible in adding value and awareness into this space, because there are a lot of people that have an opportunity of a lifetime just to live better. So again, guys, I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.